homosexuals, non-white racial minorities, feminists, their fellow Jews, of course, everybody except normal, healthy, decent white men and women. They are losers or antisocial misfits looking for company.
Is multiculturalism making you sick? Are blacks taking over your town?
Hello.
What you need
Hello,
is
is this Hal?
Yes.
Black drug dealers?
You don't have freedom of speech with me. The First Amendment only applies to the government, fella. Don't call back.
You are worthless.
Who does this? I have nothing. I have nothing to do with you.
I will often refer to black people as niggas and motherfuckers.
But are you still doing white supremacist stuff like the National Alliance or?
I don't even know if it still exists. Does it still exist? Still exist? Still exist? Still exist?
White revolution is the only solution.
Ethnic Cleansing, a 2002 first-person shooter developed by the National Alliance, one of the largest American white supremacist and neo-Nazi organizations. The game stands as one of the most infamous creations of the white supremacist neo-Nazi movement, widely recognized as the most racist game available online, has earned notoriety and condemnation from various sources over the years. Today, we're delving deeper than anyone has ever before, not only going to the source-coded files, but even to find the people behind this monstrosity. Join me as I unearth the hidden history and secrets of this obscure, controversial game. But first, let's talk about the background of this game. Ethnic Cleansing has its player navigate through 2 levels to eliminate stereotypical enemies portrayed with various racial stereotypes in order to promote a white supremacist message. The game was released on Martin Luther King Jr. Day in 2002 and distributed through the record label the National Alliance, a white supremacist and neo-Nazi organization founded by William Luther Pierce, a prominent figure in the white nationalist movement for over 30 years. The National Alliance, established in 1974 and headquartered in Mill Point, West Virginia, operated in close association with Resistance Records, a Canadian label owned by Resistance LLC based in Lufkin, Texas. Resistance Records promoted and sold music by neo-Nazi and white supremacist musicians, along with 2 controversial computer games, Ethnic Cleansing and its sequel, White Law. Both games were exclusively available for purchase through the Resistance Records website and were strongly criticized by anti-hate organizations like the Anti-Defamation League of Bir Iberith. The second game, Ethnic Cleansing's sequel, White Law, portrays a scenario where a terrorist attack destroys Washington, D.C., laying the rise of Capital City as a beacon of diversity. However, with a disproportionately high minority arrest rate, Mayor Redstone establishes the All-Minority Equality Police, prompting the player, a former KPD SWAT team member, where the player must describe as take matters into their own hands. The game sounds similar to what unravels in the novel The Turner Diaries. Later being discovered this may have been the case. Resistance Records did have plans to release more games based on the novel made by William Luther Pierce, again the founder and chairman of the National Alliance, so makes sense. The book advocates for a violent revolution linked to the extermination of non-whites and Jews. The novel has been associated with various hate crimes and acts of terrorism, including the 1984 assassination of Allen Berg, the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, and the 1999 London nail bombings. It is estimated to have influenced in over 200 killings. William Luther Pierce stated that the game aimed to be racially provocative, claiming the game had a positive reception and sold 2,000 copies by March 2002, with 90% of customers being white teenage boys. He characterized it as a medium for the message that teenagers could be subjected to even before being old enough to join the National Alliance. The game was advertised as the most politically incorrect video game ever made. Ethnic Cleansing was developed using the Genesis 3D game engine and Reality Factory tools, with someone by the name D. Brian Ringer handling design and programming, and a Bob Hawthorne contributing additional video and sound elements. The game was initially sold on CD-ROM through the Resistance Records website for $14.88. The price may seem weird, but there's a significant reason behind it. White supremacists have co-opted certain numbers and symbols to convey their hateful ideology. For instance, the number 14 is often associated with the infamous 14 words, a slogan used by white supremacists to express their beliefs in securing a future for white people. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. This phrase was coined by David Lane, a member of the white supremacist terrorist group known as the Order. Similarly, the number 88 is coded reference to Hail Hitler, with H being the 8th letter of the alphabet. By combining these numbers, white supremacists create a symbol for their ideology, and their way to spread it is using it as prices on merchandise. Several thousand copies of Ethnic Cleansing were manufactured and shipped by Rainbow Records, until the company severed its ties with Resistance Records in June 2002. Now, turning to the game, there's quite a lot to unravel. Before starting the game, it's recommended to fix the directory, otherwise you'll encounter an error message. However, you can bypass this by directly opening ec.exe, the actual game executable. The only issue is, this workaround prevents you from making configurations to the game. Once the directory is fixed and we open it, the configuration menu appears, allowing us to select our music preference, character, and other game options. Music options include Resistance Metal, Resistance Rock, Resistance Industrial, Resistance Country, Resistance Oi, it's a form of punk rock, okay?
We're about to make up a batch of whitewash.
Classical music or no music. Just below, we can choose our character. Will, who is meant to represent the Aryan White Will, visually resembling the domestic terrorist Timothy McVeigh, who perpetrated the Oklahoma City bombing on April 19, 1995. The bombing killed 168 people, 19 of whom were children, injured 680, and destroyed 1/3 of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. McVeigh's presence in the game is due to his political ideology, believed to align with white supremacy. McVeigh frequently quoted and alluded to the white supremacist novel The Turner Diaries. Yes, the book made by William Pierce. He claimed to appreciate its interest in firearms. Photocopies of page 61 and 62 of the book were found in an envelope inside McVeigh's car after the bombing. These pages depict a vicious mortar attack on the U.S. Capitol in Washington. There's no evidence that McVeigh ever belonged to any extremist groups, despite his military career being marked by a reprimand for purchasing a white power t-shirt at a Ku Klux Klan rally. The rally objected to black servicemen wearing black power t-shirts around a military installation. After returning home, he signed up for a trial membership in the KKK, although he ultimately did not continue with the Klan. Other character options include a neo-Nazi skinhead, and a Klansman, though selecting these options only alters the third-person model. Now I want to take our attention to the skull next to the resistance text at the top. We're going to see this little skull a lot with the start of the game. This is a Totenkopf, German for death's head or skull and crossbones. During the Nazi era, this symbol was adopted by Hitler's Schutzstaffel, SS, and became associated with the SS. What is that word? Totenkopfverband. Okay, hold on. Totenkopfverband, responsible for guarding concentration camps. Following World War II, neo-Nazis and white supremacists resurrected the Totenkopf as a hate symbol. It's crucial to understand that this particular image of the skull and crossbones that is considered a hate symbol, not any depiction of a skull and crossbones. Resistance Records uses this symbol as a logo of sorts and is plastered all over this game. Moving on, after configuring settings, we can save and start the game. Upon opening the game, we're greeted with a window called Dialogue, where we can configure our drivers to run the game. It's worth noting that no matter what we choose of the driver selection, the game cannot run properly on modern hardware. After choosing a driver and resolution setting, we encounter the Genesis 3D engine startup screen, a Totenkopf symbol overlapped with Resistance, and the title card. Ethnic cleansing. The race war has begun. Will is unmistakably the centerpiece of this game, prominently showcasing all promotional materials and imagery. So with this, we can expect to encounter Will frequently. Oh, I guess this is the title card. They needed two for some reason. Alright. Now, moving on to the menu screen, there is a lot to take in. We have Will positioned in front of a stock photo of bullets and an M4 rifle, where a large portion of the screen is occupied by the game's logo and again random images of my boy Will. The menu offers standard options, mainly on game selection and setting configuration. After viewing around the options, which I mean there's barely any, like the max options are 2 in the settings, the compatibility issues for this game with modern hardware really start to show. Literally going up and down the options menu causes your frame rate to drop.
What the? Holy, it just gets worse. It gets worse.
Viewing the credits, we're once again confronted with, for no fucking reason whatsoever, a splatter of just Resistance Records images all over the fucking background everywhere. Now the credits attribute game design and visual basics programming to D. Brian Ringer, with additional video and sound by Bob Hawthorne. To the left is more specific, saying that Jewish voices are Bob Hawthorne, and the African American voices, which they here just call a rather racial term, which I'm just going to refer to all these terms as N, are apparently recorded live on location with the real N's. And if you're wondering what voice lines these actually are, they're just, you know, ape noises. If you were to ask me if a neo-Nazi or an edgy white teenager made this, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Now below the credits, we see text acknowledging this Genesis 3D engine, Resistance Records copyright, and the statement, no subhumans were harmed during the making of this video game. A subhuman is just a word that attempts to dehumanize people. The exact definition is a person who fails to attain the level as of morality or intelligence associated with normal human beings. Going on to information, we are now splattered instead of Resistance Records, the National Alliance image. Thank fucking God. Thank you. This is just what I need. Just more shit Now we got this cool little animated logo. I bet they were really proud making this, you know. Next to it, a collage of images of William Pierce, a propaganda poster that the National Alliance used to hang around Virginia to attempt to get people to join their movement. Photos taken from what seems to be a rally, and a red box with a text that reads, the white race? Who the f took these pictures? This is dog shit. Below all this, a message by the National Alliance expresses their call to action in shaping a future that maintains the preserved racial quality of future generations being the white race. It assures that a healthy society cannot be multiracial and advocates for the unity of the white race based on shared ancestry, organization within a progressive social structure, and the promotion of common ideals. Now navigating back, we can now start the game. Hooray! We're first met with an opening intro. If we were to start the game through the actual game executable, you won't get this intro. Instead, it's just a loading screen. The game starts by stating that the race war began yesterday, and the city is in a state of constant rioting and lawlessness. It mentions that gangs, specifically described as ends in mestizo gangs, mestizo, a term referring to a man of mixed race, especially one having Spanish and indigenous descent, are rolling the streets of the inner city, committing heinous acts like rape and murder. The player's character has been conducting surveillance from a crack house. They actually wanted the hero to be in a fucking crack house. This shit ain't no Postal.
This can't be good for me, but I feel great. This can't be good for me, but I feel great. You gotta be fucking kidding.
Well, the player is now tasked with bringing an end to the chaos. The leader of the N gang, referred to as Big N, is highlighted as the primary antagonist. The player's objective is to find and neutralize him. It's revealed that Big N has rigged a barricade with explosives to escape through the subway system if needed. The player must destroy the barricade and then proceed to deal with the Jews who supposedly caused the chaos. Now, this is where you're going to find out the full issues with this game running on modern hardware. I tried every driver, every resolution, but no matter what, I got 2 frames per second every time. I mean, sometimes the game just runs smoothly right until you come up in contact with an enemy, and then back to fucking shit. So to get some footage, I had to use a video from YouTube, and I made sure to choose the least non-schizophrenic person who played this game.
I am not promoting these games.
Alright, well, he's not promoting the game. Thank God. I mean, that has to mean he's not some racist, okay?
I will often refer to black people as niggas and motherfucker. That's what I meant. It's called niggas.
Okay. I mean, at least we can barely understand what he's saying. I cannot tell anything he's saying with this fucking accent.
Jew rabbi are going to kill me. I don't know. Some bug happened and triggered, and the game is running way too much faster than it should.
Stop talking shit at that. Go on, install the game.
He ended up releasing a recent video looking back and saying ethnic cleansing was not a racist game.
I have a Donkey Kong t-shirt, so it's not a racist thing, of course.
Well, it seems he's changed his ways, I guess, because playing Donkey Kong means he's not racist somehow. What the f does this mean? Oh, now he's looking at his penis. What the f? This guy's a good source to be saying what's racist and what's not. Ethnic cleansing consists of 2 levels. When you spawn, you find yourself on the 2nd floor of a building. This is supposed to be our mentioned crack house. First off, you'll notice the HUD. There's an enemy marker on the top left showing nearby enemies, though it's not very useful due to fast-paced gameplay. In the middle left, there's a compass indicating the direction we're facing. Your health is displayed on the top right with a Totenkopf icon above your ammo count. The controls are really odd. You move with SZXC instead of WASD, and D is used for jumping. Of course, the jumping is just... With that, we can pick up some ammo boxes and health regenerators shaped like the National Alliance logo, although the health regenerators do nothing since you're already at full health. Good game design. And we can also check out some nice propaganda posters on the walls. So as we descend the stairs and step outside, we're greeted by a destroyed, rundown cityscape. This is meant to be a ghetto. It's kind of hard to see that though because it's obscured by this thick black fog, and this fog is just a broken shader and it's annoying as hell. Enemies hidden with it can still target you easily while you ultimately have to blind fire. As we leave our crack house, we're swarmed by enemies, only African Americans and Latinos in this level. After battling through and reaching a defensive hideout where the boss, Big N, is holed up, we fight him. Defeating him reveals the detonator for the subway explosion located just behind him. By triggering the explosion at the subway entrance, you make your way to it, marking the start of the 2nd level. Then our 2nd level intro movie plays. The Jews, upon realizing their actions would lead to a race war, established a command post in the subways to avoid the chaos they caused. It portrays the Jews as seeking only to exploit the suffering of non-Jewish people, whom they derogatorily refer to as the Goyim, a term used by Jewish people for a non-Jewish person. but the game says it means cattle. I don't know why. It doesn't really mean that. Apparently it means genital. It says that non-Jewish people worldwide are rising up against Jewish oppression and destroying what the text refers to as a parasitic threat. The player is tasked with finding their way into the Jewish headquarters to put an end to them once and for all. The leader of the Jews is depicted as a sick and twisted creature, deformed and huge due to the evil within him, referred to as the Butcher of Beirut. The player must find and destroy the Jewish leader to start putting the world back together. The next stage is a bit more organized, but it still feels like aimless wandering. Here, the enemies are only Jews. Progressing involves navigating through subway tracks, rooms, a conference meeting, and finally facing off against the boss where he emerges from the floor. Combat with the boss just mainly involves dodging and shooting until he's beaten. Once he's defeated, a passage opens leading to a corridor with two choices: restart the game or end it. And that's it for Ethnic Cleansing. This game is obviously but obviously you would say,
This is a one-man developer. How do you try developing a game?
Well, first, Genesis 3D is all pre-made. Literally everything is made for you, and that's why this game is shit. Okay, you still think this is not a good enough excuse? Okay, here's a fucking different game made on Genesis 3D. This game looks completely fucking different. And I'm betting you this took as much time as Ethnic Cleansing. I strongly believe that this game could have been much better graphically. Even with an already built game engine, this game still has broken aspects on release, terribly unfair AI, terrible audio. This game sucks. Man, what the f is this? Even what this game is trying to do, which is basically racist propaganda, is terrible. This game literally just seems like some fucking white, edgy teenage version made this shit, bro. Like, what is this? And William Pierce was so proud that he put the statistics about.
The game had a positive reception and sold 2,000 copies by March 2002. 90% of customers being white teenage boys.
Oh, they could be a medium for the message before they're even old enough to join the National Alliance. These boys can't join the fucking National Alliance. You know why? You know why? Because their ribs are breaking under their fat fucking weight every time they stand up. Their legs would collapse, fall through the fucking ground. These men who take this so seriously, this 70-year-old man who is so proud of his low game, is on the same level, on the same mindset of these fucking losers. Let's look something up. Hold on. Was William Pierce married? Oh, divorced 5 times. 5 fucking times. Do you see a pattern? You see a pattern with these two people? How the fuck you marry these 5 women and then you divorce the 5 women? That is achievement by itself. William Pierce died of renal failure. Is that like the fucking penis? He died of no sex. He died of no sex disease. Now let's actually get into the files of this game. Despite multiple tries, I always ran into an issue trying to open the game's map. Each time it just ended up crashing my engine. So for those curious about some aspects of the map, it's just splattered with propaganda posters. There's really nothing else. I kind of talked about this, but these propaganda posters were actually displayed across Virginia to encourage recruitment for the National Alliance. Besides that, there's a secret room in the first level containing only some ammo, health, and a TV. That's all I know of the map, really. I had no success for just trying to open it on the Genesis 3D engine, and there's no other way to really open these sort of map files. However, I managed to export the separate models successfully and enhance the textures using AI upscaling. So if you're interested in accessing these models for yourself, they're all in the description. Now let's move on to the characters. Now, remember when I said how Will represented domestic terrorist Timothy McVeigh? You probably looked at him and said, this fucker looks nothing like this fucker. Well, you have to go deeper, all the way into the files just to see, boom, Timothy McVeigh. And actually, it's not just Will, the skinhead, Will, and even the Klansmen are all Timothy McVeigh. The distinct difference in Will's appearance from McVeigh is primarily from the specific characteristics attributed to the so-called Aryan race, which is not only being white, but also having blonde hair and blue eyes. Now, with that, let's explore the people behind the faces in this game. Jew Boss, Jew Soup 1, and Jew Boss, yeah, that's not a mistake, there's 2 files for the Jew Boss, are Ariel Sharon, a prominent figure in Israel military and politics. Sharon was an influential advocate for Jewish settlement in occupied territories and took a hard-line stance against the Palestinian Second Intifada as Prime Minister from 2001 to 2006. Sharon's tenure is noted for assertive policies that have profoundly impacted Israel history in the Israel-Palestinian conflict. His career was cut short by a stroke in 2006, leading to his death in 2014. Jew JDL is David Lawrence Schwimmer, a Jewish-American actor, director, comedian, and producer. He is best known for his role as Ross Geller in the iconic sitcom Friends. Coming from a Jewish family, Schwimmer's cultural background has been a part of his identity both on and off the screen. W, which is a pejorative term targeting Mexicans, historically used to demean those who entered the U.S. illegally, particularly by wading or swimming across the Rio Grande, the river that marks the U.S.-Mexico border. Regarding the face associated with this model, I could not identify this guy despite just hours of researching. I was so desperate that I went as far as asking Reddit in hopes of finding any leads. Who the fuck is Genghis Khan? Now here are the faces I was unable to identify. So this guy is the first face of the African American characters. He's also Big N, which is the addition of glasses. All the files featuring him are, not surprisingly, labeled as monkey. This is the second face of the African American characters and is identified as N in the files. I think my difficulty in finding him is probably because he looks more like a video game character than an actual real person. In 4 of his files, he's depicted with an afro and facial hair, which in only 1 it seems to be his normal appearance. This texture of a Jew has definitely seen some shit. What the fuck? This one, like the Afro N characters, seems just to be non-human. Also, there's this shirt with the logo and the letters JDL on these guys. This stands for the Jewish Defensive League, an organization that has garnered controversy for its extreme stance on Jewish nationalism and anti-Arab sentiments. Founded by the late Rabbi Meir Kahane, the group asserts that Jews are subjected to significant anti-Semitism both within the United States and internationally, necessitating self-defense by any available means. The Jewish Defense League is considered a far-right religious and political entity in the United States and Canada. It proclaims its mission as safeguarding the Jews from anti-Semitism by whatever means necessary. Since 2001, it has been categorized as a right-wing terrorist group by the FBI, and it is also identified as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. The FBI's investigations revealed that the JDL has orchestrated and carried out several acts of terrorism on American soil. Some weird detail about the enemies in this game is that their gangs are written on the side of their shoes. For instance, shoes marked with N's are worn by African Americans, while the ones labeled H, a derogatory term in the US for Jewish individuals, are worn by, well, the Jews. If you're wondering about the gun we use, it's an M4A1 rifle. I stumbled upon a website featuring the exact image of the gun and some details. And there's a boombox scattered somewhere, and if you're wondering what that is, it's a Magnavox AZ9040. There's one interesting video included in the game files. Although it is a part of the game, finding it requires discovering a secret room. WLP is the video America is a Changing Country by Dr. William Luther Pierce. In this video, Pierce presents his views on the negative changes in the US, attributing them to non-white immigration, government policies, and what he sees as harmful media influences, including those from Jewish individuals. He criticizes the shift towards multiculturalism and the decline of traditional white American demographics and culture, blaming media and globalization for eroding American values and economic standards. Pierce advocates for a white-only society, aiming to preserve European-derived culture and advance white interests through a specific multimedia strategy. The video ends with a call to action for white Americans to support the National Alliance goal of racial purity and cultural preservation. Now, there's a lot of audio files, and to be honest, I'm uncertain if any of these were even unused in the game. But of course, all files have been listed in the description for those who are interested. But with that, our next step is to find the origins of each and every one of these audio clips. One is
"We just got our asses kicked, pal,"
and one each is the 1986 film Aliens, the sequel to the 1979 film Alien. In the film, a group of colonial marines along with a civilian advisor, Ellen Ripley, traveled to the colony on LV-426 in response to a loss of communication, suspecting that the colony has come under attack by alien creatures. Upon arrival, they find the colony deserted except for a single survivor and soon encounter the alien species in a deadly confrontation. Having them nearly escape, Michael Bihn's character, Corporal Joyan Hicks, says, "Eat this!" while killing an alien. After the team's encounter with the aliens, Bill Paxton's character, Private William Hudson, outbursts towards Lieutenant Gorman by saying,
"Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal."
Eternal Jew, Filthy, Oriental Home, Parasites, and Seldom all are from The Eternal Jew, a 1940 anti-Semitic Nazi propaganda film disguised as a documentary. Directed by Fritz Hippler, with the heavy involvement from Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi minister of propaganda, it leveraged the derogatory myth of the wandering Jew to spread its message. It showcased fabricated scenes from the Warsaw and Lodz ghettos created by Nazi propaganda units. This film achieved widespread popularity in Nazi Germany and its occupied territories, serving as a potent tool in the Nazis' arsenal of hate against Jews.
The Jews have been this way throughout their entire history. Their faces bear the age-old features of the perpetual sponger, the eternal Jew. In plain language, Jewish dwellings are filthy and neglected. In plain language, Jewish dwellings are filthy and neglected. We probably would never have been bothered by them had they stayed in their Oriental home. We probably would never have been bothered by them had they stayed in their Oriental home. The Jews are a people without farmers or workers, a race of parasites. Seldom are Jews found doing useful work. Seldom are Jews found doing useful work.
Hitler is South Park's Season 1, Episode 7 called Pink Eye. In this episode, Kenny is accidentally turned into a zombie after a freak accident. His Okay, I'm explaining a fucking South Park episode, dude. What the hell? His zombification leads to a misunderstanding among South Park residents who mistake the zombie outbreak for an epidemic of pink eye. Amidst the chaos, the boys prepare for a Halloween costume contest with Stan dressing as Raggedy Andy, Kyle as Chewbacca, and Cartman as Adolf Hitler. Neo-Nazis like South Park, who would have thought? Bro, why the fuck is this game so accurate with fucking edgelord shit? Holy. I hate everything about this fucking game, dude. Why is every fan base of a cartoon so fucking act?
Hey, you see? All of a sudden, my costume is pretty badass.
Dude, dressing up like Hitler is not bad. You're just jealous.
Ghetto is Ghetto Superstar. That sounds so fucking dumb. Ghetto is Ghetto Superstar, a song by American rapper Praz featuring Old Dirty Bastard and R&B singer Maya. What the f***? Cave 7, the audio for the gun firing is actually ripped straight up N64's GoldenEye 007. I know this because Cave 7 is an obscure Soviet gun in N64's GoldenEye 007. Great f***ing research I had to go through. The low part at the end is just a ricochet sound if you shoot a wall in the game, but I'm not going to look for that because that's fucking insane to go frame by frame analysis of 100 of the same exact audios to find out which one it is. W Attack 2, and W Die is the 1964 film Road to Andale. Mere Melodies, Freelang, what are these names? Merry Melodies animated short directed by Friz Freelang and Holly Pratt, featuring Speedy Gonzalez and Sylvester in one of their last appearances together. The plot centers around Sylvester's futile attempts to catch Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeehaw, yeehaw! Yeehaw, yeehaw! Holy frijoles! I go take my siesta now.
The voice acting for the Jewish characters is credited to Bob Hawthorne. However, I suspect he may only be the voice behind the Jewish boss, as the audio clarity of this character's dialogue is significantly better than the other Jewish characters. To test this, I attempted to pitch up the audio and removed any filters to try to get to this guy's actual voice.
We destroyed Hitler's vision of an Aryan homeland. We destroyed Hitler's vision of an Aryan homeland.
There are a lot of WLP audio recordings here. I don't know why. For some reason there's 3. However, they're all identical. There's nothing special, it's just Pierce's speech. And that's all the audios I could directly find the source of. The majority of the audio appears to consist of stock sound effects credited to T. Murrah, H. Ans, and S. Kasara. What the fuck? These individuals are known for their work on the soundtrack for Resident Evil Code Veronica. Bro, stop throwing in random names. Given this connection, it's probably that some of these audio clips may have been ripped from that game. Additionally, the finding of audio from GoldenEye further supports the likelihood that many of these sound effects were ripped from other games. Now, I went over the music categories, but now we're going to go into the actual songs. And to be honest, there's nothing really special, it's just racist music. Aryan C is C Shootin' Boogie by Aryan, part of the new Storm Rising album.
Like doing tonight, Shooter?
I think you should go shoot us some.
Oh, come on, let's go get in the truck.
Let's go. Well, let's shoot them. Yeah.
Berserker Justice is Justice Midtown Boot Boys by Berserker, part of the Voice of Our Ancestors album. BFG Hammer is The Hammer Falls Again Ragnarok by Bound for Glory, part of the Fight Goes On album. Furtwängler 3 is Symphony No. 9 in D minor, Opus 125 Choral 3 Adagio molto e cantabile by Ludwig van Beethoven. Furtwängler 4 is Symphony No. 9 in D minor, Chloral, Opus 125 for Final, Presto, Allegro assai andante by Ludwig van Beethoven. Now, when I first discovered this, I just thought they chose some random classical music with no thought. But there's actually some very interesting reasoning behind the choices of this classical music. Ludwig van Beethoven was born in Bonn, Germany. He had his music significantly appropriated for political purposes throughout history, especially during the Second World War, when the Nazis used his work for propagandistic ends. After the war, both dictators and freedom fighters globally continued to utilize Beethoven's music to bolster their political ideologies. A notable example of this dichotomy is Beethoven's opera Fidelio, which was performed in Vienna in 1945 as a symbol of liberation after the Allies defeated Nazi Germany. Despite being celebrated as a victory opera by the National Socialists in a newly occupied Austria just 7 years prior, Ludwig van Beethoven's Ninth Symphony intertwined deeply with the Third Reich. The Nazis, aiming to align themselves with German cultural prestige, manipulated Beethoven's image and music to fit the Aryan ideology. Despite the composer's physical appearance and uncertain heritage conflicted with Nazi racial purity standards, efforts were made to nordicize Beethoven, even claiming his dark complexion was merely a tan, to ensure his music, especially the Ninth Symphony, could serve the Third Reich's vision. This manipulation extended to using the Ninth in propaganda films at significant events like the Berlin Olympics, trying to link the symphony's message of universal brotherhood with the Nazi ideologies of racial supremacy. Moreover, the term Furtwängler found in the files actually alludes to Wilhelm Furtwängler, a prominent German conductor and composer renowned as one of the greatest of the 20th century. While not sympathetic to Nazism, Furtwängler chose to remain in Germany during the Nazi regime. Despite his public opposition to anti-Semitism and Nazi symbolism, it was not suppressed by the regime, largely due to Joseph Goebbels' insistence for propaganda reasons. This circumstance has sparked ongoing debate about the extent to which Furtwängler's presence lent legitimacy to Nazi Germany. Furtwängler openly opposed Hitler's ascendancy, expressing skepticism about his leadership and disdainfully referring to him as a street peddler. Despite being favored by Hitler, Furtwängler never joined the Nazi party, steadfastly rejecting their ideology. He consistently abstained from giving the Nazi salute, conducted Nazi anthems, or endorsing Hail Hitler in correspondence, actions considered provocative by Nazi officials. He made efforts to evade performing on Hitler's birthday and declined to participate in propaganda initiatives, displaying his reluctance to comply fully with Nazi directives. On Hitler's birthday in April 1942, Furtwängler was pressured by Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi Minister of Propaganda, to conduct music for Hitler. Furtwängler initially refused, citing prior commitments in Vienna. However, Goebbels coerced the organizers in Vienna, threatening some with physical harm, to cancel Furtwängler concerts and compel his return to Berlin. Consequently, on April 20, 1942, Furtwängler conducted a performance of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony with the Berlin Philharmonic for Hitler's birthday. These sound files in the game correspond to their historic performance. Johnny Rebel C is Seatown by Johnny Rebel, part of For Segregationist Only album.
If you smell something funny when you walk down the street, you're in town.
Johnny Rebel N is N Hatin' Me by Johnny Rebel, part of For Segregationist Only album. No Remorse This Time is This Time the World by No Remorse, part of the This Time the World album. Rohala is When the Boat Comes In by Rohala, part of A Tribute to the Ian Stewart in The Glory of Screwdriver, the Flame That Never Dies album.
Take a from anyone, cause the white race rules. We'll fight the
Shutdown Pray is Pray for War by Shutdown, part of the Pray for War album. TCOP7 is Operation 7 by Thought Criminal.
Fine. You're going to call up your rigorous investigation. You're going to publicly state that there is no underground group.
And TC Insurrection is Insurrection, also by Thought Criminal. Now, when I was researching these songs and these artists, it turns out Thought Criminal is relatively obscure. The only related information I found was from a Lost Media Wiki user who seems to be doing similar research like me and asking about what others know. The post mentions a CD named Evolved, which was planned for release by Resistant Records, and notes that Thought Criminal also composed the soundtrack for White Law, the sequel to Ethnic Cleansing. Now, there's no singing in these songs, but I did hear a familiar voice in Operation 7.
Fine. You're going to call up your rigorous investigation. You're going to publicly state that there is no underground group. Or these guys are going to take your balls. They're going to send one to the New York Times, one to the LA Times press release style.
Dude, there's no fucking way some edgelord Sigma male kid didn't make this shitty game.
So, who wants to fight my boss?
Dude.
Haha! Alright! I want to destroy something beautiful, you know? Oh!
God bless you, Trevor Moore, for firing off these corny-ass motherfuckers. Disclaimer, I fucking love this movie, but again, people and fan bases like to ruin shit with their cringy, weird stuff like this.
But then why have men become so weak? What is behind this male despair? Well, I've spent countless hours studying this phenomenon, and there are three main things causing this. And they may surprise you. Before we go into
Yeah, this song uses tons of lines from the 1999 film Fight Club, directed by David Fincher. I don't know if I even have to explain what this movie is. Directed by David Fincher and based on Chuck Palahniuk's 1996 novel, stars Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter. The film follows the story of a delusioned white-collar worker who, struggling with insomnia and dissatisfaction with his life, forms an underground fight club with soap salesman Tyler Durden. I think these guys got the wrong Edward Norton movie, dude.
Fine. You're going to call up your rigorous investigation. You're going to publicly state that there is no underground group. Or these guys are going to take your balls. They're going to send one to the New York Times, one to the LA Times press release style.
Tightly regimented organization with many cells capable of operating completely independent of central leadership.
In 2 minutes, primary charges will blow base charges and a few square blocks will be reduced to smoldering rubble. Well, I gotta tell you, I'd be very, very careful who you talk to about that. Because the person who wrote that is dangerous. And this button-down Oxford cloth psycho might just snap and then stalk from office to office with an Armalite AR-10 carbine gas-powered semi-automatic weapon, pumping round after round into colleagues and co-workers.
There's also like some voice lines from somewhere. It's hard to make out what they say, so I had to isolate the vocals, but I don't know where these lines are from. It seems like from a movie, probably. Now, all this does is leave more questions. Who is behind Thought Criminal? And still, who are these people listed in the credits of this game? Are any of these people real? Is this band real? Are these credits real? Who are these people? Well, I think I know where to find the answers to our questions. White supremacist neo-Nazis.
Hello?
Hi, is this James Queso?
No, but who's this?
Oh, this is Joseph Spindledoodle. I'm just looking for an old friend.
Oh, okay. Well, I can connect you with Mr. Kelso. Where do you know him from?
Oh, me and him go a while back, but I don't really think I should disclaim where me and him met.
Okay.
But I just ended up finding his number again, so I thought I would give him a call.
Okay. Well, this is James Kelso, and what's up?
Oh, James. Yeah, we met at the National Alliance. Do you remember me?
What's your name?
Joseph Spindledoodle.
No, I do not. Sorry.
Oh, you gave me your number back then at the American Freedom Party, too.
Okay. Well, it's been many years.
Yeah.
And I'm 75. I'm still got all my cylinders are still firing. But what part of the country are you in?
Damn, you're old. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear you're still kicking, but are you still doing white supremacist stuff like the National Alliance or?
I don't even know if it still exists. Does it still exist?
Maybe, but I doubt because of Pierce's death.
I'm a full-on Trump patriot. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I've been looking for.
Listen, I said you call me. I'm at work right now.
Oh.
So you can call me at some other time, and shoot the bull.
All right. Well, what time can I call you at? Can I call you later?
Yeah, you call me tonight.
All right. Thanks, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Nice talking to you again. Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to ask for your pronouns.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is the fellow that called me earlier.
Yeah, I'm glad your dementia hasn't kicked in, old man.
This is, I forgot your name. What's your name?
Who?
Well, did you have a question?
Yeah. You gotta give me a minute, though. I gotta think.
Okay, well, I think this is a put on, so.
A what?
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, live well.
Why the hell are you talking like you're in a sitcom? Motherfucker thinking you're in the Truman Show or something.
Okay, well, goodbye.
All right, fuck you too.
Hello?
Oh, hi. Is this Kevin Strom?
No.
Oh. Sorry, I was just looking for an old friend.
Oh, cool. Sorry, I know.
All right, thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What the f did he say? Get fucked? That sounds like, I don't know, that sounds like a guy who looks like this. That was Kevin, dude. That was Kevin. You're bullshit me. If you go, no, that ain't Kevin. That ain't Kevin. You sound like a schizo. You're a schizophrenic man.
Hello?
I heard you's a pedophile. I heard you like little boys and girls.
Hello?
Hello, is this Hal?
Yes.
Hey, Hal, how's it going, friend?
Who is this?
Oh, this is Joseph Spindledoodle.
I'm sorry, who?
Joseph Spindledoodle. JOSEPHSPINDOODLE.
Why are you calling me on my home telephone?
Sir, is this the same Hal Turner who's supposedly that neo-Nazi white supremacist guy?
Well, that's a completely false description, but why are you calling me on my home telephone?
What? Well, hold on a minute, sir. You ever heard of freedom of speech?
You don't have freedom of speech with me.
My brother, who the hell are you to tell me if I have freedom of speech or not?
The First Amendment only applies to the government, fella. Don't call back.
Oh, you got any more conspiracies, Alex Jones?
Hello?
Hello. It's me again, dumbass. That was very rude to hang up on me like that.
So I told you not to call back.
Oh,
and you
no,
called back.
please. So what the hell are you gonna do? Call the Klan on me?
I don't know who you are or what your purpose is of calling.
Oh, purpose?
You bother me
Purpose?
at my house.
Purpose. Because you sure know purpose in life. Your purpose in life is to be on this call sucking on my daily. Your purpose in life is to be in this call blowing the daily. You're gonna stay on my until you die. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
Is that right?
I don't know, is it? It seems like I got you pondering a little, man.
Well, you know, good luck with trying to make your dreams come true. I think it's not going to work out too well.
Okay, what the f is up with you guys speaking f***ing gibberish as comebacks? Have you taken your normal pills, Hal?
Hello.
And you're one of the most well-known f***its that keep coming in every stream. After you get banned thousands of times to suck my virtual every stream. Because you fantasize about me ass naked with abs chiseling and a Urian thong while I committed triant slaughter down your fucking throat. While I put you in all type of Aegis reflector setups where you can't get out, you're forced to suck a, you're forced to get pounded in your virtual ass. Then I bust matrix juice all down your throat till you choke, spit up everything you grubbed on. And it's just gonna erupt with green juices. And to the point, and you're just caught in eternity. You're just caught in an eternity. You're obsessed with me, you fucking f***. And y'all can clip this. This come on my stream 24/7 with a VPN, getting banned thousands of times a stream, and still comes in here and sucks my dick and obsesses over me. You are worthless.
Nothing to do with you.
Your life literally
Yeah, well, you know, don't go
is as
back.
valuable as a summer ant.
Hello.
Why do you keep picking up when you obviously know it's me? Are you waiting for the clan to call you or something, man?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sitting here with my family watching television, and you call up here with all this nonsense. I want you to stop calling here.
I'm okay. F this. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. I'm not starting my fucking self. You fucking stupid bitch.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's some important information to go over real quick. Besides my good buddy Hal Turner being infamous for threatening the lives of multiple government officials, which landed him a prison sentence of 2 years and 9 months for leaking the names and addresses of 3 federal judges and calling for their assassination, causing at his trial to be revealed that he had been working with the FBI, receiving a large sum of $100,000 for providing intel on extremist groups. Yeah, all that is true, by the way. My title cards aren't there just for no fucking reason. Maybe you should read them. Oh yeah, and the little First Amendment thing he said was something he said in his trial, so that's pretty cool. Besides all that, Hal is known for hosting the Hal Turner Show on the radio. Interestingly, during some ethnic cleansing promotion on the Resistant Records website, 2 commercials were aired for a radio show. Can you guess whose show it might have been?
Is multiculturalism making you sick? Are blacks taking over your town? What you need is ethnic cleansing. Black drug dealers? No problem. Illegal aliens? Forget about it. Crack whores? No more. When you have Ethnic Cleansing, the game.
Get your copy of Ethnic Cleansing at resistance.com, the soundtrack for White Revolution.
Dude, what the hell is that noise?
Oh, that's just the noise. We've got a problem around here.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Haven't you ever heard of ethnic cleansing?
Well, yeah, but...
Look, I just happen to have my Acme seeking missile.
Hey, what is that?
Just aim it at a herd of niggers.
Hey, what are you doing?
Then fire the missile.
What up, dog? You know what I'm saying? This be some whack shit. What be that coming in the room again?
Then presto, nigger soup.
At resistance.com, we can't sell you a seeking missile, but we do sell Ethnic Cleansing, the video game.
Ethnic cleansing. Kill 'em all. Only from resistance.com, the soundtrack of the White Revolution.
Also, there's some crazy lore with Hal. Apparently, Fortran f***ed with him a ton and he tried to get his show off the air. I'm just saying, this most likely isn't the last time we see of Hal. Hello? Hello? Sir, you're muted. Sir, you're muted. Sir, I'm unable to hear you. Hello, sir? Oh, I'll try to call you back, sir. What a weirdo. Am I right?
Hello?
Hi, is this Kyle Rogers?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You got some big ass ears. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can those flappers hear this?
Hello?
Hey, is this Jared?
Hey, is this Jared? Yes, who's this?
Oh, this is Joseph Spindledoodle.
Who?
Yeah, I'm just here to tell you there's like a bunny I'm seeing behind you in this photo. You hear me? Jared, what the f? Hello? Hello? Dude, I can literally hear you. What the fuck are you doing? I can hear you making noises, dude. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? I can hear you, bro. You're moving around. You gotta stop moving. I think Frank got him. Damn. Try to warn him.
Hello?
Yeah, it's just a dog from Family Guy.
Is this who?
It's just a dog from Family Guy.
Dawson family. No.
Are you fucking deaf? The dog from Family Guy, Brian Griffin.
Brad Griffin.
Yeah, Brian Griffin, the dog from Family Guy.
Oh, I guess. Who's this?
Oh, this is Joseph Spindledoodle. I heard you were killed.
You just wondered if I was what?
You're a bit deaf, aren't you? I said I heard they killed the dog from Family Guy.
No.
Damn, so you're saying Family Guy lying?
No, I don't know what the hell that is.
Alright, no need to curse. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Hello?
Fuck you, Brian Griffin. Now, after all this, I was wondering what reputation has this game actually had? Pierce talking about the game selling 2,000 copies, 90% of customers being white teenage boys. He seemed to view it as a medium for the message. No, it's just a bunch of fucking edgelords. This game is shit. If you've ever seen someone talking positively about this game, it's the most edgelord comment fucking ever. And you want to know where you can find these comments? Schizo Man's video.
This is some legit racism, not people getting up in arms about Donkey Kong having a bit of watermelon every now and then.
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
Not people getting up in arms about Donkey Kong having a bit of watermelon every now and then. What the fuck is up with these people in Donkey Kong, huh?
Kicking tunes. Sounds like a Screwdriver cover, the first one.
How do people know what this music actually is? What?
Masterpiece.
What's up with these one-word short-ass response from edgelords? Half the time it's just a fucking slur. Say it was shock humor. You know, let's laugh out loud in the comments, you guys. These fucking comments just remind me of the fucking Redditors commenting, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, unlike some 5-year-old getting turned to mist from a gas leak. Like everyone's just supposed to just applaud them for their amazing sense of humor. It's the funniest shit ever, right?
When are we gonna get a remake?
I don't think we are. William's stuck in hell and I don't think he's getting out anytime soon.
Great game. There's a remaster, reports Unity Engine.
Alright, well, if you're calling this a great game, let's see what other games you play.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
One of my favorite games.
Holy shit, man, you're Sigma. Oh my god.
There needs to be a sequel. Drag Queen Cleansing.
Sound like I'm about to fucking bust. God, I always fucking love these homophobic comments from edgelords. They're so good. Man, this generation is so soft. All these snowflakes, and then they see a rainbow on a flag and they start busting everywhere. Yeah, I could give a fuck less about drag queen. Isn't that just like a fashion thing, honestly? Like I know it's got like, you know, the LGBTQ stuff with it, but honestly, I just think it's like a fashion sense, right? Average edgelord when a man decides to not follow some stupid shit society made up.
But masculinity though.
Yeah, masculinity and femininity. The fuck chose this name? Femininity? Yeah, that's just bullshit, you know? You know what makes a man and what makes a woman? Fucking science, fucking biology, or some shit like that. You see how it sounds when you're like, yeah, only fucking women can wear dresses and only men can, I don't know, fucking sports. I don't know. Yeah, replace that shit with like only ginger hair people can drink water. Like, why? I fucking look online, I look on Instagram, and this bitch pops up on my feed. It's like, yeah, I'm not a feminist, I can cook. I think it just proves like what type of people making these comments are like, oh yeah, women are supposed to cook, but I also like don't support women, even though I'm a woman. Get your pick me ass off my fucking screen,
I'm definitely playing this game now, and I'm going to tell all my friends to play it by making a positive gameplay video about it.
This guy's name is Doesn't Hurt Yet. What the f does that mean? Who the f is this guy? No one fucking cares, man. Stop acting like you have friends. This is honestly like an IGN reviewer.
I played it, and version 2 of this game is better. This game is amazing.
Any askers, man? Fucking any askers. No one gives two sh. What do you think about this game, bro?
What? No Muslims in it?
Yeah, holy sh. Only 3 races. What the f do you expect? Every d gets fucking ripped off. I'd make like a Postal 2 player joke, but that's disrespectful to them. They're edgy, but not like this fucking loser.
This Jew really hates all the truth that this game is spewing out at him. Laughing emoji.
Yeah, tons of truth to it. This is Dominique Claports? The fuck is your last name, dude? Dominique Cumsicle's average day to work, or more like fucking preschool.
See how there's no windows on the side? And see underneath where there's like a pod thing? What's that, right? You see, President Bush was in a secret society at Yale called the Skull and Bones. His dad was too, and they all worship Satan.
President Bush worships Satan?
In my personal opinion, absolutely.
To the game's credits, at least the black people you're shooting are shooting back and part of a gang, so you're not just killing innocent black people.
Bro, what? Bro's thinking this is real life. What the f do you mean? Bro thinks this game just spawned here with that in here. You know, some guy put these racial depictions in the game with the intention of a racist message? That's like the whole fucking point. But it's also alright because even though you're like a neo-Nazi, these guys have guns and they're shooting you. So I just developed a new game I've been working on. It has like little disabled kids in wheelchairs who are shooting you. And you got a Manhunt 2 style execute all of them. And it's got like anti-kids in wheelchairs splattered everywhere. I think this guy will love it. Everything's fine though. Everything's fine because, you know, they got guns. Even though I made it, I chose to put what's in it.
I want this video game.
Or what the fuck is this comment, my guy? I want video game. I want milk.
Best game in the world.
Oh, this is just a legit neo-Nazi. What the fuck?
The cover of When the Boat Comes In, originally by Screwdriver, is pretty banging.
Male, I don't know emoji. Okay, is Screwdriver fucking the underground rap game of the neo-Nazis? Like, how the fuck do people know what this is?
Across the world. I heard that you a pedophile, you touch little boys and girls.
Okay, this was kind of funny, so I wanted to add this. I ended up encountering one of these guys editing this video. He joined my server, but when I banned him, it deleted his messages. But good thing AlertBot exists. Here's the messages restored. Only thought this guy was some 10-year-old who thought he was funny until he posted a gif of Elliot Rogers, who's known as the Virgin Killer. He's an old YouTuber who ended up doing a mass shooting targeting women because they wouldn't talk to him. So obviously incels like to praise this man as their god. This was the unfunniest shit I've ever seen. I don't know what he was expected, bro. I thought he was gonna get a round of applause and everyone else would start crying.
Can't do it. I can't.
Own the liberals. Own the shitty liberals. I hope you're watching this video because if I ever see your dumbass again, my message is gonna be something more than just corny ass loser, you fucking stupid ass.
I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna find.
So in conclusion, the moral of the story is if you want to play a controversial game, maybe don't play this. Just, I don't know, stick to Doom or something.
I'm blacklisted. 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 I'm black. I'm blacklisted.
I'm blacklisted.
Have a good night. Hello, Cole, you're on the air. Who are you? Where are you calling from? Hello? Yes. Who is this? This is Hal Turner. You're on the radio. Who are you and where are you calling from? I'm sorry, who? All right, that's it. You're out.